Hello class 10th. Today we will discuss about mechanism of photosynthesis. In mechanism of photosynthesis we will discuss about this chemical reaction. This is the chemical reaction which you have already seen. Actually, in mechanism of photosynthesis we will discuss this chemical reaction deeply. The photosynthesis chemical reaction takes place in two phases, right? The first phase of the photosynthesis is the light dependent phase. This phase is called the light dependent phase because this completely takes place in the daytime. Okay? And light play a very important role because in this phase of the photosynthesis, plant use sunlight to complete many chemical reactions like excitation of chlorophyll, which used to emit electron, like splitting of water in which water will break down, and like formation of oxygen. So all these three chemical reactions takes place in presence of sunlight during the time of day. So that's why the chemical reactions takes place in daytime. That's why this is called photochemical phase also. Right? In another hand, the light independent phase. This light independent phase is independent from the light. That's why it takes place in night time, and that's why this is called the dark phase. In this phase, plant synthesis organic compound glucose. Right? So that's why this is called biosynthetic phase also. If we are talking about the light dependent phase or the light independent phase, both takes place into the chloroplast. Here you can see the part of the chloroplast. The light dependent phase takes place in thylakoid. It is the part of chloroplast, and the light independent phase which takes place in stroma. It is also the part of chloroplast. It is very important to revise the structure of chloroplast to understand these two phases very clearly. So for this, you see this video.
Now let us know about the structure of chloroplast. The space enclosed by the envelope is filled with a matrix called stroma. In the stroma, many grana found. In each grana, several disc-like structure found called thylakoid. The light-dependent phase takes place here. These bundle of disc-like structure called grana. Generally, a chloroplast contains 40 to 60 grana. Photosynthetic pigment found in grana. The light-independent phase, which is called dark phase, takes place into stroma.
Welcome back into the video. Got it, the structure of the chloroplast? Very good. Now we will see why this light dependent phase is called Hill reaction. Actually, the light dependent phase is proposed by the British scientist, British biochemist Robin Hill. Okay, in 1937. He proposed that the formation of oxygen takes place by splitting of water during the time of light dependent phase. What he said? The formation of oxygen takes place by splitting of water, not from the carbon dioxide. Understood? So that's why this light dependent phase is also called the Hill reaction phase. In another hand, the light independent phase is called Blackman's reactions. Why it is called the Blackman's reactions? Because it proposed by the British physiologist Frederick Blackman in same 1936 and 37 time. Okay, so the light dependent phase is called Hill reaction, and the light independent phase is also called the Blackman's reaction. Now we will discuss this light dependent phase deeply. So now we will discuss the light phase of the photosynthesis deeply. Okay, so in light phase of the photosynthesis, we will see many reactions takes place during the daytime inside the plant. Here you can see, first of all, what happened in the light dependent phase. First of all, the chlorophyll become activate in activation of chlorophyll. After gaining sunlight, the chlorophyll become activate, okay, and it just emit some electron which provide energy for the further reactions, right? After it, the splitting of water. Actually, when the chloroplast gain a sufficient amount of heat of sunlight, so the water which is present inside thylakoid gain heat, and then after the decomposition of water takes place. Here you can see the decomposition process of the water getting sufficient amount of light energy and decompose into H plus and OH negative ions, right? So the splitting of water play very important role here, and this splitting of water takes place with the help of heat of sunlight. So the heat of sunlight used here by the plant for the decomposition of water molecule, that's why this is called photolysis. The splitting of water is called photolysis, right? Now look at this H plus ion and OH negative ion. These both ion will play very important role here. The another reaction is the formation of oxygen. The formation of oxygen takes place with the help of the OH ion, which photosynthesis get by splitting of water. So here you can see the splitting of water giving hydroxyl ion, and plant utilizing these hydroxyl ion for the formation of oxygen. Here you can see the valuable of oxygen, right? In another hand, this H plus ion will also play very important role for the reduction of NADP. Here you can see NADP. This NADP is actually the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. This you can see here, the full form of NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. This will reduce inside the plant with the help of H plus ion. Here you can see, and you know in the chemistry also you have a study about the gaining of H plus ion is called reduction, where in another hand the gaining of electron is also called reduction. So here the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate is having the reduction process and it converts into NADPH. That means the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen. Okay, so all these reactions takes place in the light dependent phase. Okay, here one thing is very important. During these process, the plant also do some respiration process inside it, and then that time the ADP, that means the adenosine diphosphate, okay, will gain the one inorganic phosphate by using these electrons, okay, will gain one inorganic phosphate and will produce the ATP, the energy currency, okay. This ATP utilized by the plant for the further reaction which takes place in the time of night. Okay, we will discuss about the light independent phase, okay, which is called the dark phase. Here you can see it, the light independent phase, which is called dark phase. In this phase we will discuss about the formation of glucose compound, the organic compound, and how this takes place. Let's see. Okay, first of all, you just see this compound. This is ribulose biphosphate. It is actually an enzyme, and this will help to complete this reaction in the time of night. This is carbon dioxide which obtained by the plant from the environment in daytime. the ATP which synthesized by the plant in light dependent phase, and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen also synthesized by the plant in light dependent phase. Okay, so all these reactant and enzyme will work in the time of night in light independent phase and will synthesize this glucose. Here you can see the glucose will synthesize, and with that glucose the plant will make its own food. Okay, so how this reactions takes place? Little bit complicated, na? So let's come to make it easy for you. First of all, you just see this is the enzyme which will help to complete this whole reaction. Here the carbon dioxide which obtained by the plant from the environment, and this is the compound which synthesized by the plant in daytime. First of all, the oxidation takes place into that compound, and this compound will lose the hydrogen ion and again will return back into its original ionic form, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. You have seen that in the daytime. Now these 12 hydrogen will react with the environmental carbon dioxide which plant got from the environment. Okay, and will synthesize glucose compound, right? So here the glucose compound synthesized by the help of carbon dioxide. In this process the 6 oxygen will liberate. These 6 oxygen will utilized by the plant to react with the hydrogen to the formation of water, which is here. So here you can see the carbon dioxide used to synthesize glucose compound. Okay, for this carbon dioxide will take the hydrogen from NADP compound and will synthesize glucose, that you can see here, right? Now for this, during the time of this process it will lose 6 oxygen, and these 6 oxygen will react here and will synthesize the water, which you can see here. Understood now? Further compounds are as it is. 6 ribulose biphosphate are here, so you can see these 6 are here. No change. 18 ATP was here. These 18 ATP convert into 18 ADP plus 18 inorganic phosphate. The ADP lose 1 inorganic phosphate, so 18 ADP lost 18 inorganic phosphate. So this is here, that I am just showing you here. 18 ATP so that you can see here, this 18 ATP. 12 NADPH, this is here, and this is the complete mechanism of the photosynthesis. Got it now? So this is the process in which we can understand very easily all the raw material which used by the plant for the formation of the glucose in night, the all raw material prepared in daytime. So plant complete its whole photosynthesis process by 2 phases, and both phases are very important. The light phase is very important because this is the phase in which many chemical reactions takes place. Okay, and dark phase is also very important because in this phase the all reactant used by the plant for the formation of glucose molecule. Got it now? That's all for today, right? In next video, I will teach you the heterotrophic nutrition. Okay, till that time, stay at home, save your and your family life. God bless all of you.